So I'm thinking that this video is going to be more of one of my educational rant videos. Okay. For those of you may or may not know, I have been practicing semen retention for the past year. All right. On June 1st will be 365 days. So it's been cool and I'm on the final leg of the journey. And on this journey, I realized that I have specifically pulled myself out of the game, out of the dating world, because I found myself getting lost in the sauce. You know, I've only been in 2 relationships, but each of these relationships took me like 2 years to recover from. And I realized that, yo, I can't keep stopping my life every time a relationship doesn't work out. I can't keep stopping my life, hurting myself, poisoning my body, drinking, smoking, doing all this stupid self-depreciating stuff. I was getting lost in the sauce. I'm like, yo, take yourself out of the game. Because what happened is you can look at this like a hockey game, right? There's going to be the main dude, the star player of the game. You know, he's killing it. He or she, they're killing it. Boom! Every time they open up their phone, they got thousands of likes and matches, girls and men ready to go. They say, "Yo, I'm here. What's up? Come through." Blah blah blah. You know, they killing it. Every time they about to drive up to the goal, they can like trick shot it. They can do a little trick. They can do a dribble move, whatever. They killing it. They're the all stars, right? Then there's some people that are good at the game. You know, they have a couple hits, a couple misses. Sometimes they're clutch. Sometimes they choke in the game. You know, these are the people that, you know, they have a couple. They try a new wording. They try to have like some new swag that they bring into the conversation, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They hit or miss, but they're usually overall successful. Then you jump to the other side of the pool, where there's some people that every time they get the puck, they get crashed up against the wall. The casual world chews them up and spits them out every single time. Then there's people like me that show that, you know, before I had to pull myself out of the game. The people that show up to the hockey rink and I got a lacrosse racket. Like, let's go, guys. And people looking at like, yo, what you doing? You understand? It's like, what? And it's like, okay, let me try to skate. And as I'm skating, I'm like fumbling over myself, like falling, like tripping all over myself. Like I slipped on a banana peel in the cartoon, right? You know, so there's people like me like that. It's just like, yo, this just isn't our game. Or at least I really have a wrong idea of how I'm going to navigate through it. In every sport, in every art, in every singing, everyone has their own style. What I was trying to do was fit into a preconceived notion, but like I was like, no, this doesn't work for me. This isn't how I play, you know. So let me go back to the sideline and like reorganize my thoughts. So that's what this past year has been for me. And one of my biggest takeaways is that sex has become extremely selfish, especially with young people in the casual world. But before I elaborate on that, let me give you one more point of my drive that makes me think about things in this type of way. Early in my sexual career, you know, if you want to call it that, you know, in my first relationship, I experienced a trauma. Now, I wasn't like, you know, no significant injury, nothing like rape or molestation, nothing like that. But my trauma was the fact that I am a lover. If I'm in a relationship with you, like I want you to understand that you're my world. But one of the things I had to realize is like you can't go all in as a man. Just understand this. Like you still have to be focused on yourself. You have to be focused on your path. And most women and men, I think, and everybody can understand that. But you know, I was all in at the time. So like I'm extremely vulnerable. You know everything about me. I'm open, right? But then when you are being intimate with somebody and you doing what you do and blah, 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 when you're doing it with somebody that you know is yours, this is yours. But then when you're with him or her, and you just feel like their mind is somewhere else, their emotion is somewhere else, their heart is somewhere else. It's a very disgusting feeling. It's like, you know, showing the soft side of your belly and just getting stabbed when you expose yourself. That's what it felt like. You know, it was like the emotional equivalent of swimming through raw sewage with your eyes and mouth wide open. That's what it felt like to me. And that's something that's always guided me and like always made me feel the need for connection, right? If I'm going to be physically involved with someone, I crave connection, right? I want you to feel open with me. We are already butt naked, so you might as well be emotionally open to me, at least in this moment. I don't care if you close off afterwards, like, and I'm talking about like in a casual situation. Like it's like open up to me, be here with me. It's you and me. We're both naked. We're doing what we do. You might as well open up. You already did, you know, based off of the conversation we're having. So it's like, you know, be here, be present with me. That is what I crave, you know. So that's just where I'm coming from with some of my thoughts of semen retention and that, right? So when I look at the world, I see that sex has become extremely selfish. The easiest way I can explain this is give you like a kind of weird worded example, but just hear the message, get the essence of it. How many of you, when you are setting up your booty call, or I'm trying to use nice language here, but you try to set up your appointment, right? How many of you go into it with saying, I want to pleasure somebody. Who can I bring pleasure to today? Of course, it's a weird way to word it, but how many of you go into it with the intention saying, like, I want to make somebody else feel amazing? How many of you really do? Now, I know there's some people out there, but for the most part, you have the tingle down under, and you're going to call up your favorite guy or girl to come do what you do. Let's be real. So your initial thought, the thing that sparked this interaction was self-centered. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. You got two people that are self-centered going at it. So it's like 1 + 1 = 2. It's like, so you're two people. There's like the separation between my fingers. There's the two people. But you are quite literally becoming one. You are quite literally becoming connected. So you have to understand that you are playing a dangerous game when you're coming to it self-centered, only thinking about you. You're like, it's like you're in the part of the pie chart, but you're only focused on your section, right? Because what you are understanding is a lot of people say, oh, you're digging too deep into it. It's just sex. It's just sex. So it's just this physical, right? So, and some of y'all already know where I'm going with this. Why is it then, if it's just this physical, if it's just like a bounce, thwack, do what you do, why is it then that if you are messing with the same person for a long period of time, that inevitable, so what are we question comes up? Or why is it not even like you getting closer, but why is it that you always feel the need to push somebody away after it's been a long time? Because you're scared to connect. So wait. Where are these emotions coming from if it's just a physical act? Like I've already explained, sex is sexual energy exchange. When you become one, when you literally enter someone or allow someone to enter you, you are exchanging energy through this act. This whole act is a mind, body, and spiritual connection. Now, yes, I understand we have blocks. A lot of us have been hurt like I have in the past. Everyone's been hurt at some point. And you put your walls up. But you still have that physical need. You still have that primal need. So you think it's just physically because that's all you're focused on. But you need to understand that you're playing a bigger game here. And that's something I've really been able to observe while sitting on the bleachers, sitting on the bench. And it's like, yo, y'all really don't know what y'all are doing. You understand? It's like, I saw a video and it was like, oh, men are selfish during sex. I think everyone is selfish during sex, like in this current day and age right now. I'm not saying everyone needs to go be a saint like me, go live your life. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying be more purposeful about it. What is it that you're doing? Why do you need this? Why are you doing this? Why are you opening yourself up to this person, to that person? Why? And some of y'all just gonna be, oh, I'm horny. Okay, that's a kind of crappy reason, but why is it that you keep opening yourself up this often to somebody else? And there's nothing wrong with exploring your sexuality. Now, if that is your answer, that's your answer. But I'm saying ask yourself the question, But anyway, back to the example. Like they were saying, men are selfish in bed. You have to understand, ladies, most men that haven't gone through the training, the mental training, the physical training to control the ejaculatory response, you need to understand that we are on a timeline. We have the clock is ticking on us, if you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? And most men, they're very, very conscious, if not self-conscious about this. So the whole time when they're with you, they say, don't finish. You'll do what you gotta do. Hurry up, make her get hers, make her blah, blah, blah. And you're still, even though we said make her get yours, like make her get hers, blah, blah, blah. In our heads, we're still thinking about, because I don't want to be looked at as a quick shooter. You understand? That's what's going on in our heads. For women, it's like, oh, like women, like some things I've noticed that, like, if you are with a woman and as a man you don't finish and she does, she's going to be like, whoa, what's wrong with me? It's like I'm supposed to do what I do and eventually he's going to do this, blah, blah, blah. But what happens when you switch it up? Because then we repeat it. She's like, wait a minute, I got to do some extra stuff because I have to do something to make myself known, to prove that I'm something, to prove this, blah, 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 blah. One of the things I've also seen is that sex has become selfish to the fact that it's here to feed your ego. Men have to feel manly because they have multiple women in their lives. This is just like, it's like you're a man first and then you get the women. But a lot of people feel like because I have a bunch of women, I'm manly. You see, that's like the weird, like the difference between like boys and men, the way we think, and it's like, when I see that, yo, bro, look who I got. First of all, my guy, why are you publicizing who you messing with? You understand? It was a private act. Now, I understand if you want to be all exhibitionist with it, I ain't talking to y'all. But like, from the most people, it's like, yo, look who I'm messing with, bro. Look who I did this. Why are you telling me? I don't care who you messing with, because that's a mental image. I see you messing around. You my boy. I don't want to know all that. Why are you putting all your business out there? That's just me being personal, though. Like, I'm a very private individual, as I feel like that type of thing should be. But live your life. Ladies, The main example I have for y'all is like, the wanting of the wanting to be felt loved, to feel pretty, to feel beautiful. And the main thing I get from that, I understand it's like a man's song, blah blah blah. But he was speaking of his experience of one of the girls he used to mess with. It was T.I., B.O.B., Kendrick Lamar, and it was memories back then. And like it was T.I.'s verse speaking from the perspective of a woman that he was messing with, and he said like speaking as her, said, Tip, all I want to do is feel loved, even though if I know it ain't real love, even if I know he's just going to hit it and never call back, I'll still fuck. Those are the lyrics. And I see a lot of women that have that mindset. Once again, if you're exploring your sexuality, do that. I don't care. Women can do as much as they want, do as much as men want to do. That's not where I'm at with it. I'm saying, like, is that one of the deep-seated things that you are thinking about in your minds? Because like with my trauma, it's like I crave connection. And that's not like a bad thing to crave, in my opinion, but it could also be like I could be with someone that's emotionally here, but if I don't feel like I'm connecting with you there, then it's just like it's not going to work for me. So what's driving you? Because a lot of women, and I'm not here to like profile people, but like women with daddy issues. Women with daddy issues are going to be a lot more promiscuous because and this is something I read from like ancient sexual teaching types of books, where it's like women that lacked that male energy, that masculine energy growing up, that good connection with their father, they crave that because they never had that. So they're always looking for it at a subconscious level. But I don't want to put all that on women. Men, even men with mommy issues or daddy issues. Men with daddy issues that never never knew their dads or whatever, they just have to feel like a man. Once again, you lack that masculine energy growing up. So you are always trying to, you have to like feel like you have to overcompensate for that masculine energy. That's why a lot of men feel like they need to have the nice car, the nice house, flex all their money, because they didn't have a positive father figure that didn't like calm them down. But hey, look, son, you can have all the wealth, you can have all the women, but who are you as a man? No one really sat down with them and asked them that question. Men with mommy issues. Their mom, let's just say they had an abusive mother. And I know this is getting kind of dark, but like men that had an abusive mother, that's the energy that they got from their mother. So that's how they're going to treat women. You understand? That's how they're going to do it. Or they're going to be extremely soft and let women walk all over them. You see how this can all materialize? And a lot of people have that running in the background. As I talked about in some of my manifestation spiritual videos, it's like you have records playing in the back of your head. Sometimes y'all didn't go back to the very first record that's been playing this entire time on repeat in your mind. And that's what your whole world is being reflective upon. You see what I'm saying? So these are things I've just been thinking about. I know I'm missing some things here and there, but I'll add on to it in the future video. But one last thing I wanted to talk about, and this is just a personal gripe. The term friends with benefits. Now, I had a whole video about words mean things. Words are powerful. Words carry vibration. Okay. But when you are saying friends with benefits, most of y'all are saying, all y'all hear is with benefits. You don't even hear that first word. You just hear with benefits. And that's all a lot of the mass majorities are focusing on, with benefits. But focus on the first word, friends. Now, I know I live in a cave. I know I live in a utopian world in my mind. And when I hear friends with benefits means I am your friend. Me and you as a woman, we are friends. But every once in a while, we do what it do because we connect on a certain level. For me to be friends with benefits, me personally, and maybe y'all might want to adopt this, maybe not. Maybe I'm just, my phone's dry. Maybe. But for me, it's like to be, of course, I need to be attracted to you, mind, body, and spirit. If I connect with you on body and one of the other two, then we can hit it off on that level. If we connect on all three, then we're going to potentially be long-term, or I'm going to be interested in long-term with you. You understand? So that's just how I see it. But a lot of people are just connected at just the body, and they're ignoring the other two. That's why I say I have to have one or the other. I'm saying the body and one or the other. But some of y'all use the term friends with benefits as a band-aid, like to just cover it up. One of the things I've heard is women, like when they want to be sexual, when they want to explore sexuality and do what they do, they don't want to be seen as hoes, right? They don't want to be seen as promiscuous, easy women. So they'll try to cover it up. So what are you and Sean and Tyrone? What are y'all doing? It's like, oh, we friends, girl, with friends with benefits. We mess around, blah blah blah. But friends with benefits sounds a lot better than just saying we're fuck buddies, that we're fucking. Dudes are the same way though. Dudes are the same way. Where it's like, they'll be the same ones. That, hey, what y'all doing? Yeah, we met. Well, actually, when you're with dudes, it's like, yo, I'm tearing that up, bro. But like realistically, it's like, it's like, but we chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how we do it, and we're just all beating around the bush, no pun intended, with the sake of this conversation. But you know what I'm saying? It's like we pussyfoot around everything. Just say what you mean. That's one of the things I've taken down, how I'm going to implement it in my game when I step back into the dating world. I'm just gonna be blunt and honest with stuff. It's like, listen, I'm feeling you on this level, blah blah blah. What you trying to do? This and that, blah blah. Like it's just how I know how I've operated, and I've already seen that it works for me. But like, it's just one of those things with friends with benefits. It's like, okay, I'm your friend, and from time to time we mess around, but none of y'all are really friends. Because what ends up always happening is someone catches those feelings. That what are we question comes up. Or for that's typically what comes from the women, but then the male's version of that is, yo, who are you talking to? They say, well, why do you care if we're just friends with benefits, right? Because a lot of people, they use that term to also form a line in the sand, like a very loose line that you step back and forth on every time y'all feel like it. And I feel like it's like, call a duck a duck. If y'all are messing around, you're messing around. If you're catching feelings, be open and honest with it. Because what I realized, a lot of people, I've been watching a lot of videos where it's like they say men and women can't be friends. That's bullshit. That's just bullshit. It's like, don't get me wrong. Yes, there's always like the opportunity that things can progress. But if y'all make the rules clear, I'm sorry. Like me personally, maybe other dudes, but this is where I'm getting to. We could be friends, but I feel like a lot of men and women alike do not have the emotional intelligence to make these rules clear for themselves. Hey, we're friends. Because for me personally, I know, I'm a spiritual hippy dippy individual. I love being around beautiful women. I love being around smart women because I'm feeding off of your female energy, and I'm good off of that. If you say we're never going to be intimate, I'm not stressing it. I'm not going to press the issue. You have drawn the line in the sand. But some of y'all is kind of like in Looney Tunes, like where they say, don't cross this line. And like, the Bugs Bunny and Wile E. Coyote or not, or like Elmer Fudd type of things. He said, don't step over this line. He steps over the line. Don't step over this line. Y'all just keep drawing the line. Some of y'all don't have the emotional intelligence, the emotional resilience to say, yo, I drew the line. This is where we're at. If a woman, let's just say I'm the one that catches feelings in the friends with benefits situation. I'm like, hey, yo, listen, we've been messing around for a long time, but I actually kind of like you. I like the way you do your thing. I like the way we talk about this and that. We can just be cool the entire time. You think we can be a little bit more serious, be exclusive, And she's like, I'm kind of just having fun being single right now. Hey, say less. You have now drawn the line in the sand, so I'm going to back up. And we either going to continue what we're doing, because then a lot of dudes feel hurt. A lot of people stay on this line, or they're scared to progress, or scared to ask, or scared to do this because of fear of rejection. But if you get rejected, that's just not what the person wants. So why are you going to force it? People only make things weird. It's only weird when you make it weird. Hey, we'll fall back, but let me know when you're trying to, hang out. Let me know when you're trying to do what it do, and then we'll figure it out from there. All right, peace. Cool. And I'm not gonna make it weird. I'm just gonna go back and act like I didn't ask the question. Mad simple. But now there are clear rules in place. We are friends. We hang out from time to time, and we do what it do. But if one of us says, "Hey, I want to be more," you know what? I can see us being more too, and then we commit to one another. It can progress like that. But men and women alike have just been using sex as to fill voids, to cope with like their inner insecurities. Like some men and women just aren't adapting to the game. We got women nowadays that say men need to make 20 times their salaries to even mess with them. I'm like, why? Last little note is, I don't care if you want something that's physical. I don't care if you want something that's real. If you are, sometimes some of y'all have some extremely high standards that you yourself are not living up to. Oh, she needs to be like a figure, like a model or something like that. And you just a fat dude with like, ain't taking a shower in 2 weeks, and people can smell you through the walls. You know what I'm saying? Or like a women, like, shallow women, like there's shallow men and shallow women. Shallow women be like, oh, he needs to be making 250 grand a year, even though it's like the top 1% of the world. So you're going to ignore 99% of the world and only go for these people that are just going to use and abuse you and they pretty much bought you at that point. That's just how I see it. Like, I understand you want the security. I understand you want to be messing with the guy that can provide, but money does not mean emotional stability. Money does not mean anything. Looks do not mean anything, men. Looks don't mean everything. Y'all need to understand that this is a very serious game that I'm not saying everyone needs to be a monk mode like me, but I'm saying like just live purposefully, think about what you're doing because you're opening yourself up to a whole bigger can of worms. You understand? And once you start to just say, hey, this is what I want to do, I've gathered myself, let me get back into the game, then cool, that's your decision. But I'm not calling you, heathens and whores out here. You damn nasties. But all I'm saying is go back into the game, take a step out. I don't even care if it's a week. Just get recalibrated, get recharged and say, okay, I'm refreshed. Let me go get back in here and do what I'm doing with a new sense of purpose, if you will. But these are just my thoughts. Like I said, this was going to be a positive educational rant. I know I missed some things here, but this was just a good take, and I'll add on to this conversation later. But let me know what y'all think. Am I bugging? Is my phone dry? Feel free to let me know. But I hope y'all got something from this one. Till the next one.